Welcome, readers. Today we are going to work with prefixes. Do you remember what a prefix is? A prefix is a word part added to the beginning of a word, and it changes the meaning of the word. Our goal today is to read words with the prefixes over and miss. When we read a word with the prefix over means too much. And when we read a word with the prefix miss means bad or badly. Let's take a look at some of these words, and I'm hoping you guys can help me sort them. Here is our first word. When I look at this word, I can read the prefix over as one word part, and then the second word cook as a second word part. When I put them together, overcook, I can read the word overcook. When I think of the word overcook, I think of overcooking rice and it gets all stuck and burnt to the bottom of the pan. Some communities actually take overcooked rice and they turn it into tea. When I look at the word overcook, do I see the prefix over or do I see the prefix miss? You're right. I see the prefix over, which means too much. We cooked it too much. I'm going to go ahead and place this word in my over column. Are you ready for our next word? Here's our next word. Remember, we can read the prefix as one word part and then the second word as the second word part. Over, plant. Overplant. When I look at this word, do I see the prefix over or do I see the prefix miss? You're right. I see the prefix over. And remember, that means too much. So if you overplant something, you plant too much of it. I'm going to go ahead and put this into our over column. I measured my garden very carefully before I planted so that I did not overplant or plant too many plants in it. Here's our next word, readers. Let's look for our prefix. We can read that as one word part. Misread. Misread. Do I see the prefix over or do I see the prefix miss in this word? You're right. I see the prefix miss. Remember, that means bad or badly. So to misread something means you're reading it bad or badly. I read my book so slowly and carefully so that I did not misread any words in it. Let's go ahead and stick misread in our miss column. We've got a couple more words, readers. Are you ready? Here's our next word. Overrun. Overrun. Readers, do we see the prefix over or do we see the prefix miss in this word? You are right. We see over. That means too much. So if you overrun, you run too much. At the end of the track meet, I felt like I had been overrun. I had run too much. Here is our next word, readers. Look for your prefix. Do you see over or do you see miss in this word? I see over. Overgrown. Overgrown. Or grown too much. I'm going to go ahead and stick this in our over column. The vacant lot was overgrown with weeds and bushes. All right, readers, we're on to our last word. Here it is. What prefix do you see in this word? Do you see over or do you see miss? I see miss as well. Misspell. Misspell. The teacher wrote her name on the board so that we did not misspell it on our papers. Let's go ahead and put this in our miss column. Readers, I hope that when you're reading, you are able to be on the lookout for words that might start with the prefixes over or miss. Thanks for all of your help helping me read these words today. Readers, we are getting so good at reading these words that start with our miss and over prefixes. Let's try reading some of them in a story. My name is spelled A-L-I-Y-A-H, Aaliyah. So many people mispronounce. I know miss means not, so they don't pronounce my name. Even more people misspell, or don't spell correctly my name. My mom tells me my name means to ascend, which means to go higher. She hopes I overcome any problems in my life. I am overjoyed, or full of joy whenever I can teach people my beautiful name. Readers, we did such a good job figuring out what these different words starting with over and miss prefixes mean in this story. Let's read it one more time so you can hear what it would sound like with fluency. My name is spelled A-L-I-Y-A-H, Aaliyah. So many people mispronounce my name. Even more people misspell my name. My mom tells me my name means to ascend, which means to go higher. She hopes I overcome any problems in my life. I am overjoyed whenever I can teach people my beautiful name. Readers, you did a fantastic job helping me read these words in these stories. Don't forget to be on the lookout in your own reading for words that might start with our miss or over prefixes. We've had lots of practice reading words with the prefixes over and miss. Now let's practice writing some of them. For this activity, you'll need whatever you have to write on and something to write with. When we spell a word, first we visualize or see the word parts in our head, and then we try and think about the sounds that go with each of those word parts. Are you ready to give it a try? Here we go. Our first word is overthink. Can you say that word with me? Overthink. When I say the word overthink, I hear two word parts. I hear over and think. Now, when I say the prefix over, I hear the sounds O, V, er. And when I say the second word part, think, I hear the sounds S, E, N, K. Over, think. Let's put both of those word parts together to build our word. Overthink. My mom warned me to try and not to overthink my math test. Great job, readers. Are you ready to try our next one? Our next word is overplant. Can you say that word with me? Overplant. When I say the word overplant, I hear two word parts again. I hear over, plant. When I say my first word part, which is my prefix, over, I hear O, V, er. And when I say my second word part, plant, I hear P, O, E, N, T. Now I'm going to think about the letters that represent those sounds. O, V, er, P, O, E, N, T. Over, plant. Let's put both of those word parts together to build our word. Overplant. I tried not to overplant my garden, but I wasn't successful. I had to give away a lot of extra zucchini. Overplant. Great job. Let's try our next one. Our last word is misuse. Can you say that word with me? Misuse. When I say the word misuse, I hear misuse. Use. Misuse. Let's think about the letters that would represent these sounds. Use. Misuse. Let's put them together to build our word misuse. Our teacher warned us not to misuse our math tools as toys. Misuse. Readers, you did such a great job helping me figure out all of these words, reading them and writing them today with our prefixes miss and over. Make sure that you're on the lookout for words that start with the prefixes miss and over in your own reading.
This program is made possible in part by the Michigan Department of Education, the State of Michigan, and the W.K. Kellogg Foundation. Additional support by viewers like you. Thank you.